Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here, welcome back to Star Ocean, the second story R. Now, this isn't actually a gameplay video. You might be wondering, why are you going back to this game? We finished it last year. So, on March 27th, last month, this game actually got an unexpected update, and I was very surprised. A lot of people were very surprised, and a fair number of people had actually finished the game on both routes, like me, and other people even platinumed the game, and suddenly there was new content to be had, and it's like, okay, but we've already done everything. But for those that really like this game or want more of a challenge, there is more to be had. So, version 1.1 adds the Chaos difficulty, which is higher level than Universe difficulty. A lot of people complain this game was too easy once you broke the game and got like the strongest things, or found like the loopholes. So now there's a higher difficulty level if people are interested in that. New raid enemies are added to the post-game world map. Apparently these are the 10 Wise Men. You can fight them now on higher difficulty as raid battles. If you defeat them, you get gems that you could use to equip them to your raid assault. So then you could use them as like summon attacks. That's why they said added new characters that can be used for assault actions. New weapons, armor, accessories, and key items from item customization and crafting. Adjusted ally symbologist AI. This one's kind of nice. Added a feature that allows players to choose whether or not their levels carried over when carrying over save data. So when I beat Claude's story and then I did Reyna's story, I chose not to do New Game Plus because it would have carried over my character levels, and I didn't have a choice. Problem is, it would only carry over character levels of characters I used, which means if I recruited all the new characters, only Reyna and Claude would be at a high level, and everyone else would be like level 1, which I didn't want. So that's why I did a completely new playthrough for Reyna's route. So now you can still do New Game Plus without needing to worry about that, which is kind of nice. Honestly, that should have been in the base game. Anyone that would have playtested New Game Plus should have realized that, but they didn't do that. So I'm glad they have it now, at least. Added a feature that changes the title screen once the game has been beaten. I guess we have yet to see that. We'll see. Added text to be displayed when using Oracle. I didn't really use Oracle. Added playback features to the ending collection under the title screen special option. So now you can actually look at all the endings that you've unlocked, which is kind of nice. Added character graphics collection under the title screen special option. Now you can go look at all the character portraits in a gallery mode. They also added new character portraits for some of the NPCs that previously did not have artwork. The choices for the characters they picked for that is kind of weird. I don't know if they'll appear under my gallery, since technically we didn't see them. We did encounter the characters, so let's have a look. Oh, the title screen is different because there's 2 dots now, 2 planets instead of 1? I don't know. Let's look at the gallery. So we have the... I think the voice collection was already there. Same with the prologue and animation movie. So if you look at the endings, there's a whole bunch of endings here. There's 99 of them. I'm just gonna hide my model so you can look. So you can see I got the Claude and Reyna, the marriage ending the first time. There's a lot of different pairings. And a lot of these pairings you won't really get unless you're consciously going for them, or you get them by accident. Like, for example, I got Bowman and Ashton just because they were the only ones not paired off, but I didn't actually do anything to try to make them pair off. I like the idea of having all these paired endings. I just wish that they were a bit more conscious about having things that actually like affected them. Like actual events that lead up to each of these. So it doesn't just come out of nowhere. Be like, oh, these characters are the only ones you have left over, so bam. And then there's a whole bunch of like individual character endings too. You can see there's multiple ones for some of these characters. And then there's this one, Gather Up. So now we have all the character graphics. It's kind of nice that you can actually flip through the different expressions. And the characters actually like blink and transition between them too. That's nice. A lot of this artwork I couldn't find online when I was making thumbnails for the game. I could only find the default expressions, and it was hard to find high-res ones or transparent ones. Like, I couldn't find this pose for Claude, for example, online, or this one, or this one. I really like the character artist for this game. His name's Yukihiro Kajimoto. What's this one? She looks kind of evil. I found out that Yukihiro Kajimoto also did the NPC art for Star Ocean 6, which you wouldn't know because in Star Ocean 6 we don't see artwork of any of the characters. We only see their 3D models. But it's just mostly for the NPCs, not for the playable characters. Like, I like Akimen's art, but I don't jive with all his character designs. Some of them I really like, and some of them I just don't like. Some characters have a lot less expressions than others. I think Ashen's probably gonna have a lot, right? Because of Creepy and Weepy. Ashen got such a glow up. I mean, everyone did. Ashen and Bowman, I think, got the biggest glow ups. Oh, look. You make creepy talk. I think the red one's creepy, I think, right? Leon. Oh, did we? We must have seen this one. I think we only saw it like once when he lost his parents or something. There's Opera. They made her look really good too. They made the third eye work really well for her. Oh, this is him when he's like evil. When you first find him when he's possessed by the ghost. Noel, or Noel, Sato. Chisato also looks really good. Welch. Poor Ronix. I feel bad for him. So this one's new for the new patch update. Regis, the mayor of Reina's town, he did not have artwork originally in the game. Although I think if you play the PSP version of this game, a lot more characters have portraits, but their portraits are really small, like headshots with just the top of their shoulders. Alan finally got art. He looks pretty good, actually, considering he looks not this good if you look at the PSP art. He has a lot of expressions, actually, for a character that doesn't play a big role. So this is a new character that we haven't seen, Clyde. And he is like the Prince of Cross. He's actually got quite a number of expressions. When we played the game, the only time we saw him was we saw a portrait of him in the Cross Castle, but it was just a little pixel sprite portrait. Gosh, there's so many, he has so many expressions. But if you play the Reina route, and you recruit Celine, which we did not recruit Celine when we played the Reina route, she has private actions that involve him, and if you get one of the Celine solo endings in the Reina route, she ends up paired off with Clyde, and it's implied that he is distantly related to Claude somehow. He's pretty handsome. So this one's interesting too, Eleanor. She is the sick girl that we saw Bowman do some private actions with. If you're on Reina's route, then Ashton does the private actions with her, and Opera. So we didn't recruit Ashton on Reina's route. We recruited Opera, so she saw her. She's the sick girl, and I'm surprised they gave her art, considering, again, she's an optional side quest character that only appears briefly, but I think same with Clyde, because Clyde can appear in an ending with Celine. You can get an ending with Ashton and Eleanor on Reina's route, so maybe that's why they gave her a portrait, is because she's actually in an ending. We have Null. Well, he doesn't have very many expressions for a character that is pretty plot important. Mariana finally got art. Remember her. I was surprised that she didn't have art in the base game. She seemed pretty cool. And Rima. Mirage. Why did they name a character in Star Ocean 3 Mirage as well? Wouldn't that be confusing? Considering it's a game that just comes after this and they already have a character repeat names. So Lefath also has new artwork. He was the scientist that helped us learn more about the past of the 10 Wise Men, but it's completely in an optional side quest. It's an important side quest, and it has a lot of parts to it, but I'm still surprised they gave him a portrait. Philia. She had a really good glow up too. If you look at her original art in the PSP game, and from the original Star Ocean 2, this is way better. Oh, I totally forgot about Real. Oh, right, Young Claude. Young Reina. Oh, right, she had different outfits. Depending on whether, like, how far in the past we looked. I forgot this guy had portraits too. I'm surprised they didn't give portraits to all the random boss enemies that we encountered more than once. I mean, there aren't that many. Oh, the Wise Men only have one expression each. Oh, he has a couple. Like, there was that one enemy at the end of the Field of Love. She seemed kind of important enough to maybe get her own portrait. Raphael really doesn't speak much, which is a bit of a shame. I still can't get over how Lucifer looks just like Grand Blue Lucifer. But this one would have come first, or at least like the original Star Ocean 2 Lucifer would have come before Grand Blue Lucifer. Oh, that's it. And of the Wise Men, only Michael, Lucifer, and Gabriel actually appear in Star Ocean Anamnesis, the gacha game that got shut down. Interesting. Anyways, I just wanted to go over all that because I thought it was a noteworthy enough update, especially with all the artwork, so I want to show it off even though we're not doing any gameplay in this video. And for those of you that might be playing this game in the future, and might be wondering why you're playing this and there's portraits for characters that did not appear to have portraits in my playthrough of the game. I don't think we ever actually looked through this menu either. I'm just gonna quickly scroll through it. Right, you could change their voice types too between, especially for the Japanese versions at least. Whether you use like the original voice actor or the new one. So again, not all the Wise Men actually have this. That's interesting. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed Star Ocean 2, I think it's worth going back and looking at, or if you haven't played it yet, now's a great time to go do so. I don't know if they're going to keep surprise updating the game or like keep adding things in, but if they do, maybe we'll do another video or not. We'll see. Thanks guys. Bye-bye.